Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showcasing the LEGO Bal-27. And before I start the video, I do want to say that I know the Bal-27 is quite an old weapon. And the reason why I wanted to make this weapon was because after the Bizon, I didn't know what weapon to make after. And someone did recommend me the Bal-27. And also back in the day when I used to play Advanced Warfare, I did use the Bal-27, and almost all players used it just because it was an OP assault rifle and it was one of the best. And yeah, guys, here it is. This is my own design. Here's the full look of it, which looks quite accurate to the actual look of it. And yeah, let's just get started in the video. So here's the first person view of it, which looks just like the Bal-27 in game. And the main colors for this weapon, the color scheme is dark gray and black, a little bit of white, a little bit of light gray, and a tiny bit of green. And yeah, guys, here's the right side and the left side. So like I said, here's a first person view, which looks real nice holding the weapon. And one awesome thing I was able to do, I was able to smooth out the whole weapon, which was really a nice accomplishment, just because I do love weapons that are all smoothed out, just because it gives it a better look. It gives it more flush look and more realistic look without the studs, showing. And yeah, this is my own design. I did use a little bit of another YouTuber design, but I'll mention that when I get there. So the first thing I started on this weapon was the handle. It was quite hard to make. The handle is 3 studs wide. This whole section here is 3 studs wide, including the handle. You guys can see here's this like tape feature there, or like the detail, which was made with the plate on the side with those slope pieces which stick on the side there, which was real nice to make. That was probably the best way I could make it back here. You guys can see the angle on that. I did use the internal Technic piece just to make it a lot tougher and a lot sturdier. And then you guys can see here, there's this section in the middle here. All this, the trigger guard, it's all 2 studs wide. The trigger is a different design. Finally, I made a different design trigger, unlike my other ones. This is a push, like a button sort of trigger, which was made with internal spring made used from a pencil or a pen. And you guys can see here, it just pushes one stud in. It doesn't get stuck as often like it did there. It just happens here and there. You guys can push it. It looks real nice. I do love the way that turned out. You guys can see here's this section right here where you put your thumb through, which is very comfortable. This whole section right here in the bottom here, and this slope part is 2 studs wide. This brick part here, or like this blocky part, is 2 studs or 3 studs wide. These parts right here is 1 stud wide. This section right here is 2 studs wide. And yeah, I do love that. I do love all the width changes, which gives it a lot more detail. This weapon has so much detail, and I was able to make that. There's this dark gray section here, which these groove parts right here are supposed to be diagonal, but that's probably the best I could do. This angled part here is made with the hinge. There's a triangle piece which looks real nice. This whole section right here looks real accurate to the weapon. Now here's the stock. You guys can see here's a groove there in between there, which was real nice. I couldn't make this a retractable stock, which I don't think it does have a retractable stock. Pretty sure it doesn't. Here's the stock. You guys can see the butt stock is dark gray, and I was able to make that slope feature right there, which is real flush. Gives it a nice look. Also, the stock isn't the sturdiest thing, just because it doesn't have a real nice connection there. It's quite weak. You guys can see here the black part right there, which is 2 studs wide, which is real nice. You guys can see here's like the cheek rest. And yeah, there's like a white section right there, and also there's supposed to be a red square right there. I just didn't add it in. I don't know where the fire selector is on this weapon, so I didn't add it just because I didn't know where it was. Also, you guys can see here the main body is 4 studs wide. You guys can see a little bit of detail here. This this part right here, which is on the other side as well. This grooved part, this green piece, which I don't know where it is. A lot of people say it's the mag release, but I'm not sure if it is. It's on the other side as well. The bolt catch is only on this side. This is the bolt catch. Also, here's a little bit of detail on the front, which this is probably the most accurate I can make it. It has those like holes right there. The barrel, which has a hole right there. Cylinder pieces. Here's 3 sling mounts. There's one on the bottom here. 2 here, if I could show you that. Hold up, I hit my camera. And I hit it again. I'm sorry about that. So you guys can see there's this part right here, which hopefully I can show you guys from the front. You guys can see there's those pieces, but on both sides, which is sling mount. I don't know where the sling mount is on the back here, but I didn't know where it was, so I just didn't add it in. Also, here's the gas piston thing, and here's the other part of the gas piston, which is light gray, which is real nice to make. Here's some screw detail. Also, this weapon does have 4 railings. It has 2 on the sides, which was really cool because I was able to smooth the side railings and the top railings, and I'll get into that. The side railings does have gray parts that stick out. As you can see here, it's on both sides, which looks real nice. I do love the way that turned out. Those are for like lasers and all that. Here's the bottom rail, which is for like foregrips. The top rail, which is real nice because I did use some of these black ingot pieces for that top rail, which looks real nice. You guys can see there. And I was able to smooth all of this out, which was real nice. I do love the way that turned out. Yeah, the top railing is probably my favorite railing on this weapon. Also, let's get into some features. So like I said, here's the trigger, and the one interesting thing was the charging handle on the other side, which you guys just saw, and the shell ejection part, or the bolt, aren't connected. You guys can see here, here's my finger, and I'm basically pushing down the charging handle, and pushing down the charging handle does not affect the bolt until you push it back enough. You guys can see there. And it does reset. You guys can see there. That was cool. They're not connected. You guys can see here. And yeah, you can push on this. You can see how I'm pushing on it, and it doesn't affect the bolt until you push it back enough. You guys can see in there. And yeah, that was real nice to make. Here's the charging handle. You can hear the click there of the bolt, which this was real nice to make, but it was also so difficult to make, but the end product was so nice. I do love the way that turned out. And yeah, here's a first person view. You can pull back on the charging handle, and this is quite fragile. This part right here is quite fragile, so it does break a lot. So I'm gonna just leave it out for now. You guys can see there. And I'm gonna put that piece back on. Hopefully, there we go. And yeah, that was real cool to make that part. And a lot of people had so many doubts in where was the shell ejection part, which the shell ejection is originally right here. And a lot of people thought that this was a shell ejection, or the shell ejection port was right here, but it's supposed to be here, and I was able to do that. And yeah, I mean, the people that did think it was there, I don't blame them, just because, this weapon doesn't have a lot of pictures on this side, and it was hard to get that, but I did end up finding out that it was here. So yeah, that's real nice. Also, the one sad thing was I wasn't able to make the right magazine and all that, and I'll get to that. So this section right here is supposed to go up, all of it, but again, I couldn't do that, and I used Zatsunami's design on here, which you guys can see how it's angled there. You guys can see how it's angled. I did use Zatsunami's design just because I thought that was the best looking thing to get the accurate look of the Bal-27. And also I used the same thing right here, which, like I said, this whole section is supposed to flip up, but there was no way I could make that. And I used Zatsunami's design of just using this flap. that was quite sad, but I did use this, and it just looks so nice. I do love the way that turned out. And if I pull this up, I could take the magazine out, and since this is a fictional weapon, I don't know how this magazine holds 32 bullets, but you know, it's a fictional weapon. And this isn't the right magazine. There is a certain design of this magazine, but I didn't know how to make that. So, and also I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, this is my magazine. You flip it down. You guys can see there. Here's the reload action. Which that needs a little bit of help. And yeah, here's the iron sights, but before I do that, I need to remove the buttstock here. So here's the sights, which was probably the most accurate thing I could do. There's like the rear sight has a little, it's not the right shape or design, but that's probably the best I could do, just because I didn't want the sights to be too fat. They are like almost identical to the width of the rail. But yeah, those are the sights, which I could say those are really nice sights. And yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah, you can see there. You know, I do love the way this weapon looks in first person. I just love it. Here's the sights. You know, and yeah, I mean, this weapon, like I said, I was able to smooth out the whole thing. And smoothing out the whole weapon was just a real nice accomplishment. But yeah, here's the weapon. I do love the way this weapon turned out. You know, everything on this weapon is just so amazing. I do love everything about it. I am quite ashamed of breaking it apart. I'm not going to do a tutorial on this just because it's a quite complicated weapon. And, well, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do that. And I just appreciate all the support, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I do love the support, guys. I thank you all. And yeah, so here's the final look of it. Yeah, you can see there, which looks real nice. Just doing a 360 spin there. Yeah, you can see the angle on the side place here. And yeah, I do love the way this weapon looked. I do appreciate that you guys watch. I appreciate the support. And yeah, guys, like always, I'm out.